Let's just be with this beautiful child. We will call her Madiwa, a Shona name in Zimbabwe that means my love. I thank Ken Jaffe and International Child Resource Institute for sharing this photograph and this moment with us. I don't see you doing this, so come on. Madiwa's teacher, Auntie Jo, has said to her, and I'll say it to you, for 1 minute, sit down in silence with your hand on your heart and know that you can do anything you want to. And if you believe it and want it and work for it, you will achieve it, anything you can dream of. Be with Madiwa. Listen. Can you hear her heartbeat? Can you feel her breath? Can you sense her spirit? Let's keep Madiwa close so that in everything that happens in our work together this week, we keep our focus on children and hold children as the heart of all that we do. As we are so quiet together, can you feel your connection to others in this room? Do you sense our hearts beating? Can you feel breath? Is there a spirit to our gathering in this place? Studies demonstrate that our heartbeats can synchronize when we share a deep emotional attachment to another person in a relationship of trust and love. So here we are, and our weaving begins. Through all the ideas and interactions, connections, provocations, and stories, moments that are intellectual, human, heartwarming, and painful, we come together to live our values and embrace the change that is coming. So why are we here? What is so important that visa issues, financial challenges, family situations, professional commitments do not stop us? What do we anticipate will happen? What future are we creating during these moments of our present? This is what I think. We are weaving our lives together. We are joining our intentions and our dreams. We are weaving a future for children, a basket of possibilities and support that honors and protects their rights and lifts up the potential of each child. For many children, in numbers we cannot even imagine and are horrified to contemplate, children are victims. They are victims of war, famine, destruction of their communities, and dislocation from their homes. They suffer from chemical violence, human trafficking, and greed. They are forced to live in unhealthy and dangerous places, often separated from their families. Their futures are in peril due to abuses of nature and resources, and we are responsible for them. Let's do everything we can about these abuses while we are here. Let's learn and strategize and motivate each other. Let's hold ourselves accountable, and let's begin now. Luis Hernandez, with members of the World Forum International Advisory Group, has created a petition for all of us to sign that will be delivered to the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. We ask that each of you also adapt this petition for your own country. Encourage your local colleagues and partners, friends and family, to sign your petition and send it both to your UN delegate and your elected president or top official. You will find a table in the registration area where you can sign the World Forum petition and where you can get a template to adapt for your own country. So let's not just talk about speaking out. Let's take this next step together while we're here. We're here because each of us has chosen to commit our lives to children. We feel this responsibility, and we will use up our lives for this mission. But we need each other. We know what our basket must do, but we're continually searching for what form it will take, a design that will be strong enough, large enough, beautiful enough to accomplish what we intend it to do. Our connections to each other will empower us to change the world for children and families. We will do this in our own communities, and we will do this for all children. That is why we are here, to change each other and to invite change into ourselves so that we can change the world. Our World Forum values children, spirit, differences, relationships, and change. And our history, as Roger has just shared, are the warp, the bones or structural foundation for our work together. And we are the weft, the winding thread, as we wind in and out of this time together. Our ongoing connections and every action that we take on behalf of our mission gives us direction and focus. We're strong and we're beautiful. We have different strengths and experiences, and we are unstoppable. It's really about people, isn't it? You've heard from Karma and Carmen, May, Evan, and Laura. You've heard their personal stories about the impact of the World Forum, some person they met, some idea that they heard that really changed their personal story, their work, their community, and their country. For me, I don't know how not to be here. There's no other way for me to be. The World Forum and each of you and these experiences are so intertwined that I will do anything to be here. And this has happened because of some of the people in my story. Aziza Parwani from Afghanistan came to a global leaders meeting in Hungary, a woman, alone. And Deepa Grover pulled me aside and she said, "Do you realize how brave this woman was to come here alone? How much she must have wanted to be here to take these risks. She doesn't know what's going to happen when she returns home." And it was at that point that I began to appreciate what we really ask each of you to do. You've heard about Henry Manani, who has been part of the working group on men in early care and education, and has also led the national representatives. So Henry has just retired, and we certainly do miss him and his effervescent spirit. So Henry had a very special way of messaging, and he would say things like, "Have an advocacy kind of day," or "have a memory kind of day," "a great thoughtful day," "a great working day." So I now think of a day that is filled with strong connections and focused work as a Henry kind of day. You also heard a little bit from Bob Siegel from the United States, who was one of the people we invited to kind of a think tank in Boston a few years ago to talk about the future of the World Forum. And we had a crystal ball that we passed around. And Bob held the crystal ball and he said, I never really realized how much I care about the World Forum until now when we're talking about the sustainability of it all. And Bob is now president of the board. Along the way, of course, we've made some mistakes. During the first World Forum in 1999, I introduced Amara Amarasinghe from Sri Lanka just before she was going to dance for us. And I said that Amara was from Bangladesh. And I was so nervous that it took me a really long time, several minutes, to realize that I had said the name of her country wrong. So when I apologized to Amara, she said, well, it's really okay for me, but I feel like I've let down my country, which made me feel really terrible. But it was a profound awareness of national pride and the responsibility of representing your country. And I envied her that pride. So Amara has become a friend who lets me know that it's okay now and then for even me to be proud of my country. Another friend, my friend Mahela from Uruguay, has a provocative way of presenting ideas. And recently she wrote, I make you see things in a different perspective because I'm geographically opposite. It's like we are on the seesaw, up, down, you are up, I'm down. It's really living the seesaw of the World Forum, which is a pretty healthy exercise. And then there was that time that I was on stage, I think it was in Montreal, and I'd said what I needed to say, and there was some big tech problem, and quiet. And I didn't know what to do, so I just looked out into the room and I said, Andrew, I need you. And Andrew Kupu from Papua New Guinea, who magically had a guitar in his hand, came running from the back of the room, leaped onto the stage, and led us all in singing. It was a spectacular rescue. Yes, it's people. You're my people, and I would like to be one of yours. And I say, welcome home. Welcome for the first time, or welcome back. We've lit the candle so that you can find your way. And the commitment bowl is ready to receive the work of the week. In the end, it really won't matter how much time we have together. What will be important is what we make happen and how we change each other and how we use that change when we return home. So we will weave a basket that will hold Badiwa's future safe. There will be room also for the other 1,899,999,999 children in the world. We will be strong enough, smart enough, brave enough to make this happen. And now, I've been waiting for this. This is really going to be good. So, to make this commitment come to life, to help all of us feel it, we're going to do, for the very first time ever, anywhere, a living PowerPoint. Oh, yes, I know. Aren't you curious? So you're really going to need to listen, and I'm going to have to be really clear. So if we could bring up the lights a little bit so we can see each other. So will everybody please stand up and put all your things on your chair. Okay, here we go. Living PowerPoint, first time ever. If you're in the first chair, all the way back, the first chair in the row, face this wall. Only the first chair, okay? If you're the second person in the row, stay where you are. The third person in the row, face that way. Fourth person, don't move. Fifth person, face the wall. You get the idea? So look at the person next to you And if they're facing forward, you face the wall. Roger and Bob are having a lot of trouble with this. Right, you're alternating. All right, have we done it? It looks a little messy, but maybe it'll shape up a little bit as we continue. So now, all of the people who are facing that wall, link hands, link arms, connect with each other. Only if you're facing this wall.
Okay, man. I'm link free.
Okay, now's the hard part. So now's the hard part. It looks really funny from here. So the people who are facing front finally get to do something, and you have the hard part. So now, if you're facing the front, link with the person next to you, but go over and under, across the room. So you're weaving. So only the people in the first row. Only the people in the first row. Okay, then the second row, you do the opposite.
You guys look great. Great job. Whatever you're doing, it's fantastic.
All right, for better or worse, you can steal this idea if you want to. This is a living PowerPoint. So now, just take a moment and all of us pause. We're all connected. And how does that feel? Remember this moment, how it looks. How it looks. How does it feel to be so connected, to be part? I'm sorry, I'm going to be hysterical. Of this action-oriented, mission-driven community. This is our World Forum. This is what it feels like. And our mission is to make the world hear our heartbeat. So let's party.